So what was once only available for bigger businesses with deep pockets to invest into their own company in their own companies is now available to SMBs at a much larger scale. And what I'm talking about is predictive analytics. So predictive analytics is something that is not talked about a bunch because it's not something that many businesses are implementing, but it's something that has allowed the biggest businesses in the world to grow much faster and to get a competitive advantage over other SMBs by utilizing their data to create these programs to make better data-driven business decisions. And ultimately, at the end of the day, the better data that we have to be able to look at, that we can, essentially feed a program, and this program is able to tell us what will happen in the future based on what happened in the past, is extremely unique. And businesses are using this at all different levels. The top level businesses I'm talking about, and the ones that really have a lot of money to spend, but it hasn't been something that's really trickled down to SMBs. And, I'm going to be one of the main guys that's talking about implementing predictive analytics models in your SMB because it is something that is extremely important for you. And, by the end of this video, you will know why. So previously, like I said, this was not something for SMBs, and SMBs were not doing this. Now SMBs are able to implement these models into their business because the price of this has gone down significantly. It's actually made it to the point where, guess what? People like me are also able to implement predictive analytics models into their own business, and you don't need to be making millions of dollars a year. You don't need to have millions of dollars in R&D budget. It's changed. It is not like it used to be. So don't ever believe somebody trying to sell you $1 million software system ever again. So as crazy as this may sound, this is, and what this would have been built for, $10 million probably 5 years ago, or $1 million, $5 million, depending on how big the model is, right? But this was not cheap just a few years ago. And what has happened now, the technological advancements that has happened have completely changed the game. So here are just a few different ways where predictive analytics can be highly beneficial. I have in a home service business here, but this could be really in, any kind of business. I'm sure the lights will be coming off in your head when you see, really what we're talking about here and what you could also do within your business. So the first and foremost is the demand forecasting and being able to predict future demand for different services. This is basically, you're just looking at historical data on service requests, seasonality, and regional trends. This enables you to allocate your resources more efficiently, and you ensure that you have the right staff and the right materials on hand. Preventative maintenance scheduling, like let's say your HVAC, plumbing, electrical. Predictive analytics can forecast when equipment is likely to need servicing. This approach can minimize downtime for customers and obviously optimize the scheduling of service calls, so you know when you need to service that before it really happens. Even though the manufacturer may say one thing, what's actually happening says a whole nother thing. Another piece is customer churn. So you're actually able to analyze customer interactions and satisfaction data, and this can actually help in predicting which customers are at risk of discontinuing their services. This is really cool. And by identifying these customers early, the business can take steps to improve their experience and retain them. So you're able to tell, hey, this person is about to give up. This person's he or she is doing things like a person who usually cancels our service would do. We can save that person. So before they cancel, you can save that person, or you can save that account. That's called direct ROI on your predictive analytics model. So the next piece is going to be the optimal routing. And predicting the best routes and scheduling for service techs can greatly increase efficiency. You can analyze traffic patterns, job locations, and service time estimates, and businesses can minimize travel time and serve more customers. Now, there are companies that are using software, for this, and you can use software for it. You just need to make sure that you can get the data out of that software, and that data is actually, we're able to use that data. So The next piece is going to be inventory management. So forecasting the need for parts and supplies for various services. This helps in maintaining optimal inventory levels, and this can prevent stockouts, excess inventory, and reduce costs and improve it. It also improves service times because, if you don't have a part that you should have had, well, what are you going to do? So the customer lifetime value prediction is also another important piece, where you can determine which customers are likely to be the most valuable over time. And this can help, really focusing your marketing and your service efforts. And this involves just analyzing past service usage and spending patterns and feedback of the business. So the next one is going to be targeted marketing and promotion. So you're able to basically use customer data to predict which clients are most likely to be interested in specific services or promotions. And this targeted approach increases the effectiveness of your marketing campaigns big time. You have a group of customers in the same, the same geographical area that are getting the same service because they have, this or that by them, or, whatever problem that's near them. Well, you need to be delivering them that specific marketing pitch, because if you deliver the marketing pitch that they're looking for, boom, you're the guy, you get hired. So quality assurance is another big one. So you're able to analyze service feedback and performance data to predict and prevent potential quality issues. This can improve customer satisfaction and reduce the cost associated with rework or customer complaints. Last but not least, workforce management's huge. Predicts workforce requirements based on service demand forecasts. So this basically, you can see what time of the year you're busy, what time of the year you're not. Maybe you thought you weren't super busy this part of the year, but actually last year you guys did get busier, but you don't have enough techs this year. You don't have enough people to do it because you didn't think you were going to be busy. The little things that we think we know that we don't know when it comes down to looking at the data. So each of these use cases involves collecting and analyzing a lot of data from customer interactions, service history, external factors like weather conditions, and more. But this can help us make predictions that can drive business decisions. Ultimately, you don't have to implement every single piece of this. You can just implement parts of this. But even implementing just parts of this predictive analytics model or app can significantly enhance the efficiency of your business, the profitability, customer satisfaction, and just overall value of your business as well. So predictive analytics is something that is going to become talked about more and more. Those who are doing it right now, those who are hopping on board in the SMB space, are going to be the early adopters, and they're going to reap the benefits. So be one of the early adopters. Understand how predictive analytics can help your business. I gave you some examples right there. I'm sure some light bulbs might be already coming off. But if you're interested in somebody actually building this model for you and building predictive analytics programs for you, then we are the guys to do it. The AI data guys can handle it, and we are able to build the model based on what you're looking for. And we're actually able to advise you as well, show you best practice and what we think would be the best implementation of that as well. But predictive analytics is something that you guys need to learn about, and something that needs to be implemented into your business yesterday. So that is it for this one. But thanks so much for watching again. I always really appreciate your time, and I will see you guys in the next one.